firstly, thank you so much, team. Pleased to have Robin at our panel here.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing leader. Telco is the strength. So, firstly, welcome, Robin. Appreciate if you can tell a few words about yourself, what you do.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Robin Harwani. I lead the telecommunications business unit from a go-to-market perspective. The business has evolved. We have so many focus areas. I'm looking forward to an engaging conversation today.
No, wonderful, wonderful. So, Robin, let's dive in. I would say this is the third wave we are seeing with telcos right now. We have seen the connectivity build out. We have seen how workloads move to cloud, how they got virtualized. And now it's all about AI and how AI is creating the demand and also consuming what is present out there. So, how do you see the market right now with these inflections?
No, absolutely, absolutely. Customers are looking at multiple areas for us, right? When we talk to customers across the globe, whether it is a mature market or an evolving market, they are telling us they want to accelerate their modernization. They want to reduce the technology debt they have. And why do they want to do that? They want to do that for improving the cost per bit. Every board in telecom is looking at cost per bit and how efficient they are. EBITDA is a big driver for them as they evolve connectivity. The second thing that we hear from our customers is they want to evolve their transformation in terms of the kind of services they offer, right? They want to evolve from being internet to smart internet, right? Capabilities within mobility to smart mobility. And within that, across the board, we see generative AI playing a big role, right? As they have looked at virtualization of their networks, they have looked at virtualization of IT infrastructure that they've had over the last decade. Now they are looking at how they can evolve using the artificial intelligence capabilities across the board to improve the cost per bit and the customer experience across the board. So that's something that we hear always, right? And that's how we have structured this partnership together as well, right? So looking forward to that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And see, few things we had some enterprise clients talking to us. The Not the new buzzword, but they're very clear. What they're looking for is outcomes. The cloud wave has created flexibility, but it does not cater to the cost issues that customers are dealing with. So how are you engaging with customers? How are you committing to them on the TCO and also the outcome predictability?
That's a great question. That's a great question. If we look at our customers historically have built capacity, over provisioned capacity, and cloud, the fundamental proposition, it allows for customers to leverage capacity as they need it instead of over provisioning capacity. That helps their customers. Wipro has been a great partner in that engagement as well, to provision what they need at the time the customer needs the capacity. So if they are provisioning for disaster recovery, they are provisioning for main traffic workloads, they are provisioning capacity that they need. And in that, they are also leveraging abilities like load balancing of traffic across different geographies, optimizing for edge capabilities, extending cloud to the edge of the network to virtualize their network, as well as deploying new applications at the edge. And then the same TCO is then proven out when they are looking at creating new go-to-market offerings. They can use the same ubiquitous cloud infrastructure in the region in AWS and extend that out. So thereby, they don't have to deploy multiple hypervisors, manage multiple infrastructure layers, have separate observability frameworks, and then managing the artificial intelligence stack on top. And that's where I think we see the ability to deliver TCO together.
No, I think a good point. And now let's say look at future, right? TCO, get it. I think we have to get together, solve for the predictability of the cost, how it gets optimized. Look at the future. AI agents, physical AI is big. It's probably going to take the world by a storm in next couple of years. How do you see that as a market? Is that going to drive more consumption?
I think there is a lot of areas, right? If we look at our entire portfolio, we started thinking of generative AI as a standalone capability. But over the last 2 years, our biggest revelation is generative AI is a horizontal that allows for every domain and portfolio element to be transformed completely. So let's take examples. In customer experience, our customers in Australia, we have been working with a few customers, we see them completely changing how contact centers are reimagined. They use, instead of having the number of agents in the contact center, they talk about the number of experiences they manage in the contact center. Instead of looking at capabilities like NPS and call handling time as the only metrics of efficiency in the contact center, they see every engagement with a customer as an opportunity to cross sell and upsell services on the consumer side. That did not happen. 5 years ago, contact center was how short the call can be and how less the amount of calls can be. Now it is transforming using generative AI to how much engagement can I have with my customers and what can I help them use on my platform. Completely different. In the network space, our customers are no longer looking at, like we just spoke, capacity over provision, but dynamic allocation of capacity. Within the billing space, our customers are looking at what could be the dynamic offers I can create based on consumption of a consumer, then providing static offers to what the customers could be using. And the in the growth areas for operators, our customers are looking at completely generative UIs for things like parental control, right, where a consumer can go in and select the 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 controls they want to offer to customers. That's the kind of transformation that we are seeing, Lalit, and I'm glad that Wipro is a partner all along in its areas for us.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'll take us back. Morning, we had a panel with one of the NEPs, and and they have a perspective on what customer is looking for, control plane designs, AI native architecture for the tech itself, so that it's optimized for the new environment. And they believe 5G private, right, is going to probably see the boom moment now in the coming quarters and years. So how do you see connectivity as just as a business, 5G and 6G evolution also coming? How do you see this industry, Robin?
For us, it's always been putting the customers at the center, looking at their needs and working backwards from that. When it was 5G, I remember in 2019, 2018 days, we were working on 5G rollouts, and we were looking at the fundamental building blocks that enable 5G. Uh, and they were always extending the cloud ubiquitously to the edge. I should be able to go and launch something in the region, at the edge, at the far edge, if I want to deploy a cloud RAN. As we look at 6G, the fundamental elements are still the same. Having the ability to deploy network functions in the same ubiquitous cloud model is going to be super critical. What is changing is the AI native architectures. The AI native architectures allow for network language models to be deployed for managing these networks very differently from how they have been managed, and monetizing these networks very differently from how they have been managed as well. And that's where we see our deep collaborations with NEPs and system integrators coming together for deploying capabilities across this ubiquitous infrastructure for both virtualization implementation of the network as well as monetization of the network. So that's how we think about this. Yeah.
Wonderful. Look, thanks for sharing that. See, we are collaborating in building the control plane for telco enterprises. So thank you for that. We love that partnership. The next avatar is having the agent factory embedded into it. We are on a good journey, and look forward to you guys collaborating for it.
these days we have flexibility from the customers. How is that the challenges that you're facing, irrespective of the regulations versus the innovation? How is that you're balancing out, or what is the kind of challenge, so that we can also learn and talk to our customers with
That's
it?
a great question, right, May? That's a great question. We've been working with policy teams, our policy team, as well as our sovereign team, the sovereign AI and sovereign cloud team, all along, because telecommunications as an industry has requirements that we have to care for. And one of the things that we did last year was the launch of European Sovereign Cloud. The European Sovereign Cloud allows for customers to use the cloud infrastructure in Europe managed by the presence of a team in Europe, as well as the capabilities required from a policy perspective. And that's a great example of managing the pace of innovation and the need in terms of the regulatory needs that we look at. But then that's across the board, and it's never a one size fits all answer, right? In each geography, there is unique controls, regulations, needs that we ongoing on an ongoing basis we analyze, and then we kind of work through that. So hopefully, I was able to answer your question. Yeah, thank you.